Parents moved away and changed their number and left me homeless, saying that I am not their problem anymore. But 25 years later, mother finds me and tells me why they left but says I owe them retirement dream. In college, I, 47, male, pursued a bachelor's in computer science, a bachelor's against my father's wishes, who wanted me to get a BBA in accounting. After I left for university, my parents told me to enjoy the experience and not worry about calling. When I returned home for Christmas, they were cold and didn't give me any gifts, saying, "You're an adult now, you shouldn't expect presents." When the school year ended, I called my parents and got a disconnected number prompt. I tried several times, but each time it was the same. I panicked and eventually called my grandmother. She told me my parents had moved away and that she had their new number but wasn't supposed to give it to me until I finished university. She then hung up, leaving me with no money and nowhere to go. I had to sell all my belongings quickly because I had no place to store them or money. I was homeless for a month before a university professor recognized me on the streets and offered me a place to stay until the new school year. That became my home during breaks until I finished university. I worked as much as possible, lived in the dorms, and saved money. Since then, I've been extremely frugal. I limited my budget to less than 20% of my income and saved the rest. When I reached 3 times my yearly income, I started investing in the stock market. Even after 25 years and becoming a VP of a medium-sized software company, I still spend at most $30,000 a year. 2 weeks ago, while grocery shopping, I heard, "Op, is that you?" I turned around to see my mother. I managed to stay stone-faced and have a conversation with her until she eventually invited me for dinner that Saturday and gave me her number and address. I debated not going but decided I finally wanted answers. It turns out my grandmother died 2 years after I left university, and no one knew how to contact me. They explained that after seeing me at Christmas, they realized I was still in a child's mindset and needed to grow up and learn to be an adult. After dinner and at least 3 bottles of wine, my dad said he decided to leave me behind when I was a spoiled little brat going to university for a hobby, not a career like he wanted. Being intoxicated, I rarely drink, alcohol isn't in the budget, I snapped at him, flaunting what my hobby had gotten me. I am a millionaire and can retire tomorrow if I want to. Telling them what I am worth was a big mistake I regretted, along with a hangover. 3 days ago, my father called and apologized before dropping the bombshell. My parents want to sell everything and go on a retirement cruise spree for 5 years but are $2 million short. They want me to give them the money, saying, "We spent so much raising you and giving you the best. Look at what an amazing man you've become because of us." I said no and hung up. My parents have been showing up everywhere for the last 3 days, begging for my help. Today, my mother confessed she has dementia and maybe 8 years to live. This is her last wish. Am I the idiot for not helping my parents with their retirement dream?